Hello ladies and gentlemen on PMPBeta, this is Batmon and I am bringing you an RU match today against FreddiGuntair. It was an awesome match, and just a little fun fact, Freddy is actually the very first person that I ever battled back in the olden days of 4th Gen NU, so this will be a great rematch, and let's get started. He's going to lead off with Moltres. I decide to lead off with Primate because I am Choice Scarfed. Give me a good scouting initiative, and I can just U-turn out if I don't like the matchup. Of course I don't like the matchup against the Moltres, so I am going to U-turn out, go into Slowking, who can take on Moltres pretty nicely, as he actually goes for the Flame Charge. I was not expecting that. I was thinking either Air Slash or Fire Blast. But, yeah, Slowking can definitely take a Flame Charge, because after Leftovers, it literally did no damage at all. He's going to be scared out by the Scald, I know this, so I'm either just going to cripple it, or cripple something he wants to switch into with Thunder Wave. He goes into his Rotom Cut, which is great, because if that thing is Choice Scarfed, then, you know, all my problems are solved, pretty much. And now I'm going to switch out, because I know I still don't want to take a Leaf Storm or a Volt Switch. So I'm going to go into Steelix to take either or because I am specially defensive. Going to lay up my rocks. He shows me Thunderbolt there and Will-O-Wisp, so it's obviously a defensive set. But yeah, I can't really do anything to this Rotom Cut. You see he goes first there, so you know what's coming. I'm going to roar him out. He does miss the Leaf Storm, unfortunately, but like I said before, I am especially defensive Steelix, and I still would have gotten the roar out on this Moltres, who gets completely destroyed by the Stealth Rock. But I'm not going to want to stay in again and take the Fire Blast. So I go back out into Slowking. He predicts that, makes an excellent play, goes for the Hidden Power Grass. That's going to do a really nice chunk to my Slowking because I don't have that much specialty investment in my Slowking. It's more of a physical wall. But I know I can take another one because of my great special bulk. And I am able to take it, live it on 66, and going to finish off this Moltres with a Scald, which is just great. Moltres is a pretty big threat in RU, and it's great to get that out of the way. But now, he's able to get a free switch into any Pokemon. He decides to go out to Exceligor, who can definitely threaten out my Slowking with the Bug move. So I'm going to switch out because I have Regenerator, and I'll get a third of my HP back. And I'm going to go into Steelix now to take the predicted Bug Buzz, but he makes the better play. Goes for Giga Drain because it is neutral on my Steelix. It also would have taken out my Slowking from that range of HP. And unfortunately, I will have to leave my Steelix in here to die now because Exceligor does carry Focus Blast, and that is easily going to take out my Slowking, my Steelix from under half HP. But Steelix did its job, got up rocks, and it roared something out and got a lot of Stealth Rock damage on it. So good job, Steelix. But now I get to use one of my favorite Pokemon in the RU tier, which is Entei. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's just, you know, it's a shiny, it's Japanese, it has a Japanese name. It's your everyday run-of-the-mill Entei. Well, you are wrong, sir, because I have Fire Blast. And this is an all-special attacking Entei. It's made to bluff the physical set, and it does it so well because, as you see right there, he probably goes into his physically defensive Cofagrigus to take the Flare Blitz, but no, I'm going to hit that thing super hard with a Fire Blast. It would have been a 2-hit KO, but as you see, I do miss the Fire Blast, which is really unfortunate. He does get a Calm Mind up, so this next Fire Blast won't KO. But the most he can do to me, actually, is hit me with a Shadow Ball, and I know that won't take me out, even if he gets a crit. But instead, he goes for another Calm Mind, which I thought was really odd play, because now I will be able to take him out with Fire Blast, as long as it doesn't get minimum damage, which thankfully it does not, and down goes the Cofagrigus. So, special attacking Entei is doing some pretty nice work. Unfortunately, he does have the Sharpedo, which was the bane of my existence this whole match. I had nothing for the Sharpedo. He goes for the Protect. It was pretty obvious. I go for the HP Grass. I should have went for the Calm Mind because he does have Hydro Pump. I didn't think he was a special attacker, though. I figured he'd have Waterfall. But if I did go for the Calm Mind, I know I could have taken this Hydro Pump. Not well, but I know I'd been able to take it. And KO him with the Hidden Power Grass. But that's not how it works out. I get taken out with the Hydro Pump. And I'm just going to have to work around this Sharpedo now. I go into Slowking to bait the Crunch and to get Regenerator once again. going to my Honchkrow to take the crunch. I know I'm not going to take it well, but at least I can take it. Thankfully, he doesn't predict that, and he does go for the crunch, like I said before. But, Sharpedo's pretty fragile, and Honchkrow's pretty strong, so I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch, hopefully take him out. And it doesn't! He lives on the littlest amount of HP possible. I can't even see that, and he's going to take me out with a Hydro Pump. But thankfully for me, he does have Life Orb, and that is going to take him out. So down goes the Sharpedo, and down goes the biggest threat on his team. And that was a double down, so I'm going to go into my Primeape. Like I said before, I am Scarfed, so I can just U-turn out on whatever he wants to bring in. He goes into his frickin' Rotom, and I know it's going to Will-O-Wisp, so I'm going to U-turn out and go into my own frickin' Rotom to pretty much take the Will-O-Wisp, because it's the only thing I have on my team, left at least, that will not appreciate the burn, but is willing to take the burn for me. This is actually an Expert Belt Rotom cut. It doesn't really get to do all that much in this battle, but I figured that maybe an HP Fire would be enough to take out his Rotom from that range of HP. Unfortunately, it is not the case. He's going to live and get up a Pain Split, and since I'm nearly full, he's going to get a decent chunk back, enough to where at least he can take another HP Fire. But I'm hoping I can KO. But, as you saw before, the damage, it's not going to quite take him out. As you'll see, he lives with a small amount of HP once again. And with combination of Leaf Storm and the burn, my Rotom is going to be taken out. But it's all good. I mean, it did damage his other Rotom, and to the point to where my Primeape can easily come in and revenge kill, which is exactly what I'm going to do this turn. Bring in my Primeape. And I'm going to U-turn out. Gonna get the kill, no problem. And seeing as how my Slowking is my last, I'm going to have to go into that and hopefully paralyze something or just get a kill on something. But he decides to send out his Exceligor, which I ran a calc, and if this thing, even if it is modest with Life Orb, I have a high chance of living at that range of HP. Unfortunately, he does get a crit. It might not have mattered if he got max damage, but there was a pretty good chance of me living that. And if he is timid, that crit definitely did matter. Because now I have to go into Primeape, and if this close combat doesn't KO, I'm going to lose this game. But Exceligor does not take it, thankfully, and that pretty much just seals the deal for me. With Exceligor down, that was his last resist for fighting. And his last poke is weak to fighting, which is this Soft Spuck. Easily gonna be taken down with a close combat. No problems asked. That was an excellent game, Freddy. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like if you did. Sub to the Mosh Pit, sub to me, and sub to Freddy. And please stay tuned for the top plays. Hello and welcome to Batmon's top plays of the game. We're going to be starting out with number 4. I'm trying to figure out a way how to take out this damn Sharpedo. I can go into Slowking to bait the Crunch and to get a little bit of extra health with Regenerator. Works out perfectly. Does go for Crunch. That does a lot of damage still to my Honchkrow. But I figure, he's knocked himself down enough with Life Orb that a Sucker Punch should be able to KO. But it's not going to, and he's going to live and finish me off with a Hydro Pump. Thankfully he's Life Orbed, and down goes his own Sharpedo. I'm going to have to give number 3 to Freddy this time, because he makes an excellent play. He knows I'm going to go into a Slowking to take this hit, and goes for the Hidden Power Grass. I could have just stayed in and roared, and that would have been the end of his Moltres, but no, he hits my Slowking pretty hard with that. Primeape's going to be taking the number 2 spot for this battle, because right here, it's my last Pokemon. He has 2 left, and I have to lock myself into close combat. I wasn't sure it was going to KO, and if he hit me with the Focus Blast after a -1 special defense, that would have probably taken me out. But Primeape is a beast, and it takes out the Exceligor. The top play of this match has to be given to Entei for this amazing, just look at this, special attacking Entei. No one ever expects it. It does so well. It's just great for taking down walls, because no one ever thinks you're going to go for the Fire Blast and hit things really hard. Look at that Graphagus go down. And guys, Hope you enjoyed this. If you like this, please sub to me and sub to the Mosh Pit. And as usual, have a great day.